Hello. You're tuning to the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, the Ravens have finally addressed their backup QB problem. Guys, if you did not know, you're just getting home from church, a little bit of jumping around, listening to the word of God.
Makes me clap my hands, makes me wanna dance.
You know what I'm trying to say. You might have missed out on the news that the Ravens have picked up their backup quarterback. And the name of this backup quarterback is, yes, Cooper Rush, former Dallas Cowboy. Now, you might be wondering, all right, what is this all about? Maybe it's because we got him for a cheap deal. Relatively cheap, not cheap enough for most of the fan base based on who he is. Let's just put this right here so you can read it. A new backup for Lamar. The Ravens and former Cowboys QB Cooper Rush have agreed to a 2-year contract worth up to $12.2 million per Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. After a long stint in Dallas, Rush heads to Baltimore in a deal negotiated by Equity Sports CEO Chris Cabot. Now, guys, I want to make sure that you understand exactly how I'm feeling right now. I do not want you guys to be lost, in translation of how Nitro is truly taking this in. All right? I want you to understand that. With all of that being said, why Jesus? Why me? Father. Oh, Father. Oh, why Jesus? Why Jesus? Why? I mean, what did I ever do? What did I ever do? Let me tell you this right now. I do not like this at all. I do not like this. It sickens me. Now, I know some people are going to say they like it, blah, 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 blah. I thought Trey Lance you could have got for cheaper. Fits the offense, could have grown under Lamar, and would be able to run this offense right, while being, if you had him next year, could be used as trade bait if he showed flashes. I just don't see why or where's the mindset that Cooper Rush could come in here and properly back up Lamar Jackson. Now, these are the big wigs that made this decision. They're in these rooms more than I am. So they supposedly know what's right and wrong. With all of that being said, Cooper Rush is nothing to be adulated about. I've watched him play. I've watched Dallas Cowboys games. You forget a couple years back I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl, and they had an absolute historical meltdown in the playoffs. And I said after that, I would never, ever, no matter how much I think it could happen, I'm never picking them again. I'd rather be wrong. That's how sickened I am with the Cowboys when it came to that 1 year. And I watched this man snaps. I watched multiple snaps from him when Dak Prescott went down. I watched him, when Dak came back. I think he won like 4 or 5 straight games when Dak was down. And he brought home the win, but it was not spectacular. It wasn't like he was filling up the stat sheet or anything else. The team rallied around him. Now, can the Ravens in a pinch do the same thing? I don't know, because once again, this thing is predicated. It's not like it's predicated on a star receiver, star running back, and a star offensive line. No, this whole thing goes because of number 8. You understand what I'm saying? Ocho. Not nueve. That's how everything goes. The big runs that you see from Derrick Henry is not just because Derrick Henry is a T-180 sent from the future to play running back for the Baltimore Ravens. No, it's because of the gravity of a Lamar Jackson. That's why even without Derrick Henry, the Ravens had a top 2 rushing game every season Lamar Jackson has been a starter. That's why. Gus Edwards looked like the first year he's away from Lamar, he looked like he's done. He looked like his career is finished. Last year was his last year. No one's going to be able to pick him up. J.K. didn't even look the same. See what I'm trying to say? That's the gravity of 8. Now, how much would they be able to crash down on the run when they know Cooper Kupp can escape pressure? How much better would this offensive line look with anybody other than Lamar Jackson in the back cleaning up all of their missed blocks? How different would this offensive line be? How much more different will this offense look when there's a guy that can't pick up 15 yards with his legs when the receivers drop back-to-back passes or ran the wrong route on back-to-back snaps? What's going to happen when the offensive coordinator is calling craziness, right? And out of sync? And they'll say, okay, just make a play, and then we can get us back in the right direction. We're not going to have that. When it's bad clock management, we're not going to have that. You see, I'm not mad that our backup isn't crazy nice, because no one expects their backup to be amazing. That's not what I'm mad about. What I'm mad about is you picked up a guy that will not be able to mitigate any of those things that I just said. He's not a magical thrower of the ball. He's not an escape artist. Lamar's middle name is Band-Aid. Mr. Fix-It. That's what he's done for this team. And then you bring in a guy who's not able to do nothing like those things. At least if you picked up a Trey Lance, your running game would still be absolutely magnifique, because him running one way and then you would still have to remain somewhat honest. So your run game will still be intact, and then you can take shots down the field. It's not going to be there with Cooper Kupp. They're going to crash down to kill or to stop or destroy, mangle Derrick Henry. That's all. And this deal could be worth $12 million. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just overanalyzing, because I have a penchant of overanalyzing things. But I overanalyze things because that's the way my mind works. And it breaks down stuff that way. And a lot of times that's why I'm right, because I overanalyze stuff. I just don't see the value of a Cooper Kupp in this offense. I don't. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could be wrong. And he could be amazing. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't. Because once again, I watch this O-line let guys come untouched at the quarterback. Most other quarterbacks will be injured because they're getting smashed, driven into the ground. Hit low, ankles, knees, ACLs, Achilles. You pick up Rush. You were in a rush to pick up Cooper Rush. I would have rathered you guys have just got Becton or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just me. You know. I don't see it. I don't understand it. But the Ravens are going to do what the Ravens are going to do. They're going to do. I don't really like this. I'm going to be real with y'all. But we're going to get to see, because once again, I can be wrong, and he could be an amazing backup. So we're going to get to see how this works out. But I don't like it right now. I'm going to be honest with you. And for that price tag, I'm just looking at it like, get somebody that could do something like. But once again, it's because of their belief in their O-line and in filleting them that they do stuff like this. And then when it turns out bad, whoa, of course we were supposed to lose. I mean, everyone loses when they get their quarterback out. ridiculous. But what do you guys think? Did you guys like Mr. Cooper Rush being taken by the Baltimore Ravens? Or do you think that they could have done other moves that would have made more of a difference right now for the team and the offense with Lamar Jackson? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please. All right? But as always, that's an episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, guys, check out the Wunderkind Show morning show live every Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 10:30. Okay? And we're going to have soon video game streams on there also. So be there, be squared. We talk about all sports. And on top of talking about all sports, we have a 15-minute part in there where we have the Nostalgia Minute, where we talk about 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s topics and stuff like that, just to bring you back to the good old days. You know what I'm saying? So check that out. Also, and it'll be in the description of every video that we do. So click the link and subscribe, all right? Also, if you would like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This is your not just signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yep.
Finish him, Daddy. Do not